a conference championship. They'd like to get the first of those two today. Ben Fotz on the opening tip against J. Caleb Slowinski, and the tip is won by St. Francis, who takes the opening possession going from right to left. Wearing their home white jerseys, Calumet in their visiting maroon goes from left to right in the first half. A mostly senior starting lineup for the Fighting Saints today as Aitor receives the pass in the post. Nice dish to Rommel Davis. Davis not able to finish, but Don Joachim tracks down the loose ball. Joachim Fotz, Anabadarte, Rommel Davis, and Delshawn Sims are the starters. Sims is the only junior. That pass is stolen by Zion Morgan, who flings it out of bounds. Starters for Calumet: Colby Wiggins, Zion Morgan, Scott Gowan, J. Caleb Slowinski, and Hervoye Maitunich. Here's Rommel Davis. Davis around the screen, dishes off to Delshawn Sims. Anabadarte from the corner launches a two-pointer and scores. Anabadarte, the Saints' leading scorer on the season, averaging 16.4 points per game, has the first two of today's contest for either side. Slowinski passes out to Wiggins. Morgan on the wing. Bounces down low. Caleb Slowinski working one-on-one with Ben Fotz. Turnaround, no good. Well defended by the Fighting Saints. Here comes Aitor Anabadarte. Off to Davis. Davis slows it down. Sims walks it up to the three-point line. Bounces to Ben Fotz. Looking down low for Anabadarte. Didn't have him. Gave it to Sims instead. Here's Don Joachim. Feeding Fotz in the post. Backing in on Slowinski. Turn around. He goes the other way and can't quite finish. Rebound tipped by Davis. Back out to Ben Fotz, who tries to keep it alive, and the Saints corral it in the backcourt. Possession continues. Pass deflected to Ben Fotz. Nice pass to Rommel Davis. Under the basket. Davis fights it up and misses. Good, tough defense from Caleb Slowinski. Still just 2-0. Slow start to this one scoring-wise. Scott Gowan gives it up. Down low, it's Morgan. Zion Morgan picked up by Ben Fotz, and the Crimson Wave move it around. To the left side, three-pointer from Morgan misses, and the rebound goes to Fotz. Davis, down low, Anabadarte. Two dribbles, Anabadarte picks it up, skips outside to Delshawn Sims. Saints reset. Anabadarte on the wing, tries the three, it's an air ball. The rebound grabbed by Colby Wiggins. Senior guard carries it up the floor. Calumet still looking for their first points of the game. Saints defense has been tight early on. Pass to the cutting Wiggins, and he's fouled going up. These two teams typically play at much different paces. The Saints like to slow it down. Crimson Wave like to speed things up. They average 81 points per game. So far, the pace of St. Francis has made Calumet look a little uneasy on the offensive end. The defense of St. Francis has really made them look uneasy. As Wiggins makes the first free throw. First point of the game for the Wave. 17:02 to play first half. St. Francis 21-4 overall, 15-3 in conference. Second free throw misses from Wiggins, and the Saints maintain their lead. St. Francis can clinch conference championship today with a win and a loss from Indiana Northwest. That game doesn't start for another 20 minutes or so we will not know the result before this one. Joachim lobs it in to Anabadarte. Anabadarte double teamed, keeps it alive, misses the shot. He shook loose of both defenders, had himself an open layup, but he got himself a little bit turned around. Couldn't finish. Don Joachim knocks it off the leg of Scott Gowan and out of bounds. Great defensive play by the senior Joachim, making his first start of the season today. He is, especially of late, one of the top bench performers for the Fighting Saints, but today on senior night he gets his first start. Joffrey Nunnally and Merrick Small began the game on the bench, with Joachim And Fats in the lineup as Ramel Davis looking for Aitor Anabatarte, throws it out of bounds. That'll get Joffrey Nunnally off the bench for the first time today, and Merrick Small. Davis and Fats check out. Just about 4 minutes into the game, our score is only 2-1. Very slow start. Anabatarte got an early jump shot for the Saints, but nothing since for either team. Calumet's only point, obviously, from the free throw line. So they're still looking for their first field goal. Will this be it? It will. Colby Wiggins from the outside. Wiggins has all four. 32% three-point shooter on the season. He leads the team at 13.5 points per game. Calumet's got their first lead tonight. Delshawn Sims gives it up to Joffrey Nunnally. Back around, Joachim. Down low, Merrick Small gets his first touch of the game. Small working against Lewinsky, fakes, shoots, and scores. Knots it up at 4. Wiggins steps back behind the line, another three-point attempt. Not so good this time, and here come the Saints. Hit the 3 on the last possession, can't make it 2 in a row. Small gives it up to Sims. Delshawn Sims drives up with the left hand. He's fouled. 14:52 on the clock, first half. We're tied at 4. Slow going early on in this one. We'll see if things pick up on the other side of the timeout. I'll be back in just a moment. Tied up early in Joliet. 84% from the line this year. A couple of new big men for the Saints. Aitor Anabatarte and Ben Fats both check back in. Don Joachim heads to the scorer's table as well. And he replaces Joffrey Nunnally.
Also looking for Fighting Saints number 12, Don Joachim.
Second free throw is good. He made them both, 16-14. First 2 points of the game for Hankins. See if the Saints can snap out of this drought. McNigo gives it outside to Aitor Anabatarte, swung around to the wing. Fats out to Anabatarte along the baseline. Aitor finds Ben Fats inside, and he's fouled by Jean-Luc Wilson. Nice find by Aitor Anabatarte, and Ben Fats get a chance to turn it into 2 points. Fats looking for his first 2 points of the game from the free throw line. First foul shot is good. Saints are 4 of 5 from the line so far today. Ben Fats this season, 73%. Second shot is good, 18-14. Saints on top, 7.5 minutes to play in the first half. Doing good work as usual from the free throw line, 5 for 6 as a team. Wilson penetrates. Wilson gets in deep and is able to throw it off the backboard and in. Nice control on that drive from Jean-Luc Wilson. Don Joachim gives it to Sean Richardson. Nigo on the wing. Bounced into the corner. Anabatarte swings it back around. Richardson finds Joachim. Nigo, three-point attempt, short. Rebound knocked out of bounds and last touched by St. Francis. 6:55 on the clock. Ben Fats knocked down a couple of free throws on the last possession. Saints, though, still have not hit a field goal in more than 3 minutes. It's been about 3:15 since their last bucket. Very low scoring first half so far. Jean-Luc Wilson, quick three-pointer off the rim. Sean Richardson just barely keeps it in bounds on the rebound. Richardson working fast, picks up his dribble and gets it off to Aitor Anabatarte. Fats bounces to the cutter. Anabadarte can't corral it. Knocked loose and stolen by Calumet. Scott Gowan passes into the corner. Hankins back to Gowan. Calumet has not been able to take advantage of St. Francis's offensive struggles. They're struggling on the offensive end as well, right up until then. Scott Gowan for 3 as his first points of the game. And Calumet reclaims the lead. First advantage for them since it was 10-7. It was about 6 minutes ago game-wise. Knocked out of bounds by the defense. St. Francis ball still. Saints just 2 of 8 shooting inside the three-point arc. And not for nothing, they've missed their last 3 threes as well. Fats bounces to Nigo. Nick Nigo, a rare two-pointer, and he gets it to go. Nigo's the one guy you don't expect to take a shot from inside. That's only the 14th two-point field goal attempt of the season. But he's usually good. He's 11 of 14 inside the arc. Saved by Gowan, but out of bounds. He was behind the basket, thought he was pushed, didn't get the call. He was able to save it from going out the baseline, but he saved it too high for Quindarius Davis to pull it in along the sideline. So it's out of bounds, St. Francis ball for now. Now the officials are talking it over, and we'll see if there's a change in call. Doesn't look like it. So as originally called, we'll stand here. 5:27 on the clock, first half. Saints by 1. Joachim, down low to Fats. Posting up on Slowinski. Wraps his way around, flips it up with the right hand. No good, gets his own rebound. Aitor Anabadarte has it stripped and taken away. Jean-Luc Wilson, blocked from behind by Ben Fats. Saints trying to turn it into points on the other end. Good transition defense from Calumet. Nigo over to Delshawn Sims. Down to the corner, Don Joachim. Joachim gets the screen, curls, fires the mid-range jumper, misses it short. Anabadarte is there for the tip-in. Four points for Anabadarte. And a timeout called with 4:39 to play in the first half. St. Francis 22, Calumet 19. The seniors who got the start today, Ben Fats and Don Joachim, have played such a key role off the bench, though, that it wasn't just an honorary start for them. They've played big minutes in the first half, though they both check out coming out of this timeout. Slowinski backs in on Merrick Small, misses off the glass. Offensive rebound, Hankins. Hankins back up, second chance, good, and it's a one-point game. 4 points for Jared Hankins. Delshawn Sims sets it up, finds Nunnally. Nunnally pulls up, bounces to Anabadarte. Anabadarte against Slowinski, looks for Merrick Small inside, and Small misses underneath. Looks like he made some awkward contact with the defender. Threw him off. Into the corner, Wiggins for 3 and the lead. Got it. Colby Wiggins has his second three-pointer of the game, and now he's got a game-high 7 points on the night. 3.5 minutes to play in the first half. St. Francis still looking for that offensive rhythm. Calumet's played him tough. Here's Anabadarte throwing it in with 2 hands. And maybe that'll get him going. Aitor Anabadarte up to 6 points in the game. We're tied at 24. Along the baseline, Gowan loses it, gets it back, and throws it around to the wing. Three-pointer Hankins, short. Rebound grab by Slowinski. Reverse layup is good. Tough play by Caleb Slowinski. First points of the game for him off the offensive rebound. Sims up to Davis. Ramel Davis gets the screen, shoves it off to Anabanarte. This time he goes underneath and lays it in. From the same spot, he threw down a dunk last time he touched it. This time he's able to switch his moves up a little bit. Add to his total, 8 points for him. Merrick Small forces a miss. Here comes St. Francis, trying to break the tie. Ramel Davis to the rim, got it to go. Ramel Davis has 7. Timeout called by Jason Hawkins. Now they're trying to make it 7 out of 8. They trail by 2 as we approach the final 2 minutes of the first half. Jean-Luc Wilson works inside the three-point line. Aitor Anabanarte playing up top in the zone defense for the Saints. Down low, Hankins is fouled. It's going to go against Merrick Small, I believe, and that is number 2 on Small. It's only the team's 4th, so no bonus, but it'll be free throws anyway for Hankins. First shot is good. Slowinski checks out. Majtunic comes back in. Tie game, 28 all. Hankins has knocked down all 4 of his free throws this evening. Joffrey Nunnally gives it up to Aitor Anabanarte. There's Sims on the wing. Davis back to Sims, 10 to shoot. Merrick Small posting up on Hankins. Hankins hits the ground and a blocking foul called. Looked like Hankins was flopping to try to get an offensive foul called. And in the process, he's called for a defensive foul, but that's a case where Merrick Small probably would have preferred the officials just let it go. He had no defender in front of him.
Checking in for the Crimson Wave, number 25, J.K. Slowinski.
Delshawn Sims to inbound, bounces towards Anabanarte, but it's knocked away by Jean-Luc Wilson. Ahead for Majtunic, and he lays it in for a Calumet advantage. 30 to 28, 80 seconds to play in the half. Saints have had a problem with turnovers in this first half. One right there results in 2 points for the Crimson Wave. Ramel Davis, pull up from close range, no good, rebound Wilson. Jean-Luc Wilson again wants to push it. Majtunic fires it out of bounds. It's an odd-looking pass from Hervoye Majtunic. Looked like he was trying to find Slowinski cutting to the hoop. He just whipped it with the right hand. And Slowinski wasn't anywhere near it. Final minute of the half. Saints trying to take advantage of a Wave turnover. High posts, it's Small. One dribble, gets to the rim and draws the foul going up.
Calumet College, foul number 25, J.K. Slowinski, his first, team's 5th.
First foul on Slowinski. 5th on Calumet. It's a shooting foul. 2 shots for Merrick Small. First one's good. One more to tie the score. 3 points for Merrick Small. (30 to 30) as Small knocks them both down from the line. He departs. Ben Fatz comes in. Bounce to the wing, and Gowan swung around to the opposite side. Up top, Colby Wiggins thought about the 3. Instead, he drives up over Fatz, no good. Rebound grabbed by Anabanarte, and the Saints can hold for the final shot of the half. Back and forth first half. We've seen 7 ties, 9 lead changes, and the Saints have the opportunity to make a 10th lead change. Capture an advantage going into halftime. 3 seconds to go. It's stolen away by Calumet. Majtunic gets it up from half court, and it's off the top of the backboard. So the first half comes to a close, dead even. Very appropriately for a half that was played as tightly as this one was. 30 all, 20 minutes in with 20 minutes. A team high 3 rebounds. Ramel Davis, 3 assists to lead all players today. Calumet basketball to start the second half. The Crimson Wave are now going from right to left. Looking to break this tie, our 7th of the game. Davis blocks the shot from Wiggins. And St. Francis can instead break the tie. Davis looks inside, instead pulls it to the top of the key, and Delshawn Sims. Nunnally on the wing, gives it to Merrick Small, half the shot clock used up. Small drives left hand, gets underneath the basket. Turnaround, no good with the right hand. Rebound by Calumet. Both teams come up empty on their first shot of the second half. Regular starters on the floor for St. Francis as opposed to their senior night lineup. Here's Zion Morgan, pull up from the baseline, perfect. First points of the game for Zion Morgan, who played only 7 minutes in the first half before giving way to John-Luke Wilson, who played the majority of the minutes. Small makes the catch in the paint, kicks into the corner, back around. Anabadarte from the free throw line, rattles home the jumper. We're tied for the 8th time. Another double-digit performance for Anabadarte, coming off of a double-double in his last outing in the win over Judson on Saturday. Nearly thrown out of bounds, Wiggins was able to extend the arm to pull that pass in. A little miscommunication between him and Morgan. Morgan pulls up, kicks outside. Majtunic gets Anabadarte in the air. Anabadarte recovers and blocks him from behind. 3-on-3, the Saints slow it down. Sims over to Nunnally. Down low, Merrick Small spins around Slowinski and banks it home. Merrick Small puts the Saints in front. His second bucket today. Colby Wiggins backs it up to half court. Wiggins directing traffic, gives it to Scott Gowen. Gowen stopping the corner, jumper misses, rebound Anabadarte. Conference leader in rebounds this year. He leads the Saints again today. Merrick Small along the baseline, picks up his dribble, looks for help, finds Delshawn Sims. Bounce to Small. Sims gets the screen, crosses over, passes to Ramel Davis on the wing. Davis drives, draws the foul. Can't finish, but he'll go to the line for 2 shots. Nice drive, Ramel Davis. Davis had a little problem with turnovers in the first half. Otherwise, filled the stat sheet pretty nicely. He's up to 5 assists for the game and a block shot to go along with his 7 points. He can extend the Saints' lead here, and he does. Eight points for Davis. St. Francis trying to create a little separation, make it a 2-score game here with 17:21 to play. It's a little bit of separation. 36-32. Not much, but it's been a rarity in this game that either team has had the ball and not had the chance at least to tie the score with the ball in their hands. Biggest lead for Calumet has been 3. For St. Francis, it's 6. Morgan, Nunnally slaps at the ball. Morgan still in control, able to fire it out to Wiggins. 7 to shoot. Wiggins drives right side, step back jumper. Nice shot from Colby Wiggins. Little fadeaway from the baseline. He's got 9. Calumet keeps it close. Nunnally to Davis. Bounce down low. Aitor Anabadarte takes the contact and scores the bucket. Aitor Anabadarte, chance for 3. Anabadarte wearing the face mask today after he was hit in the nose last Thursday night. The injury does not seem to have bothered him at all. Came back for the second half maskless in that game and put up one of his better halves of the season. And then had a double-double with 24 points on Saturday against Judson. Although maybe it's messed with his free throw shooting as he misses from the line. He's at 12 points. Wiggins, open three, off the rim. Majtunic with the follow, draws the foul. That's a tough fall from Majtunic. We'll go to the free throw line for two shots here. Hrvoje Majtunic from Croatia. Senior for Calumet. Came into today averaging 7.9 points per game. That's number 3 in this one. Back to a one-possession game. 38-36 after the two free throws. Full court press from Calumet. Well, 2-point lead is much more familiar in this one. That's where the Saints have been for a lot of the night. Davis works his way inside, misses the layup. Rebound grabbed by Slowinski. Morgan steps inside the three-point line, kicks out. Wiggins from the corner, drives, floats and misses. Rebound tracked down by Nunnally. Wiggins set up a good look for himself, not able to knock it down. Small, fakes right, drives left, and gets poked from behind. Foul called on Calumet. Second foul on Scott Gowen. Third on the Crimson Wave. Jean-Luc Wilson is in. Wilson scored 5 points in 14 first half minutes. Delshawn Sims inbounds pass intended for Davis is intercepted. Calumet sets up on offense. Gowen for 3, good. And Calumet reclaims the lead. Right in the face of Aitor Anabadarte. Scott Gowen connects on his second three-pointer of the game. 5 straight for Calumet. That's our 11th lead change. Joffrey Nunnally up top to Ramel Davis. Looking for Merrick Small, but it's picked off by Wilson. Calumet trying to seize control of this game. Majtunic steps into a long 3. And Calumet's got their biggest lead of the night. 42-38. They've scored the last 8 points. Delshawn Sims walks to the right. Bounce down low, Anabadarte. Aitor Anabadarte, tough turnaround, and he's fouled. It's going to take us to a quick break. 14:29 to play in the second half. St. Francis had taken a 4-point lead. Typically coming out of that first media timeout. Ryan Marks will go to his second unit today. He's just called on Nick Nego. Otherwise, the starters remain on the floor. Aitor Anabadarte didn't have a choice. He's at the free throw line. 2 shots for Anabadarte, 12 points, 6 rebounds for him today. He's 0 for 1 from the line. That's 50% now. He's 84 on the season. He gets to the line often. Big part of his game. He's taken more than double the amount of free throws of any player on Calumet's roster. He misses the second one here. He's just 1 of 3 at the line. That hung on the rim for a seeming eternity. 3-point game. Here's Gowen. Handoff to Slowinski. Jean-Luc Wilson, covered by Nick Nego. Majtunic drives under the basket, out to Gowen. In the corner, Majtunic. Shot clock at 5. Majtunic against Nego, up with a right hand and in. Little running hook shot from Hervoye Majtunic. He's getting hot. Nick Nigo answers on the other side with a three. Nick Nigo's second bucket of the game, first three-pointer for the Saints in almost a half of basketball. First three-point attempt in a long time. They needed it. Wiggins answers, and it's a 5-point lead for Calumet. Colby Wiggins has 12 points. Calumet red hot from beyond the arc. Aitor Arte dribbles it off his foot, taken away. Here's the run for Wilson, out to Wiggins, trying another three. This time it's short, and the rebound is grabbed by Nigo. Saints need a bucket here. Down 5, tons of time. It's certainly not a hugely critical possession, but just for momentum's sake, it felt like they needed some points. Merrick Small comes up a little bit short. Majtunic gives it to Wilson. Down low, Slowinski working one-on-one with Anna Bedarte. Throws it off the back rim. Nigo bounces to the wing, gives it to Nunnally. Merrick Small finds Delshawn Sims. Nunnally with the shot clock at 10. Small sets the screen for Sims. Delshawn Sims is hit on the floor by Scott Gowan. So with the shot clock running down to 5 seconds, the Saints weren't really going anywhere on that possession. They catch a break with the foul. And now Sims heads to the bench, along with Small and Anna Bedarte. Richardson, Fats, and Casper are in. Disagreed. They said that foul was actually committed on the floor. So it's an inbounds play with 23 on the shot clock. Hankins fires the three and connects. I think the Saints would have preferred they were shooting free throws. Now an 8-point lead, biggest that either team has had all night. Jared Hankins has 9 points now. Aitor Bedarte back on the floor, so is Romel Davis. Joffrey Nunnally steps inside the three-point line, gives it to Davis in the paint, and Davis scores a big two. He's into double figures, 11 points for him. Aitor Bedarte is the team leader with 13. Nunnally is called for the foul, reaching in on Jean-Luc Wilson. That's the 5th foul of the half on St. Francis.
St. Francis foul number 3, Joffrey Nunnally, his 3rd. Team's 5th.
3 fouls on him. Ben Fatz has committed 3 as well, all of them in the last 90 seconds. Don Joachim checks in for Joffrey Nunnally. Hankins hit that 3 on the last possession, guarded by Sean Richardson. Works his way inside and draws the foul against Richardson. That's on the floor, but it is the 6th on St. Francis, so they've hit their foul limit for the half. This will be the last one that does not result in free throws. And that'll be the last on Calumet that doesn't result in free throws. Foul called on Slowinski on the inbounds play. Correction on Jean-Luc Wilson on the inbounds play. So Calumet turns it over. Saints have the ball, down 6. Anna Bedarte at the free throw line, fakes the shot, takes a dribble, gets inside and gets to the line. Fouled on the play by Hankins. Now we'll see if Anna Bedarte can straighten things out at the line. One of the best free throw shooters in the CCAC, but just 1 of 3 today. First shot from Anna Bedarte hits the rim and rolls in. His 14th point of the game, makes it a 5-point deficit. Now 52-48, 8:37 to play. Jean-Luc Wilson sets up the offense for Calumet. Over to Quindarius Davis. Hankins hands it back to Wilson. Hankins guarded by Davis. Mytunic has played well in the second half. He gets around Richardson on the screen, pulls up at the three-point line, 3 on the shot clock. Wilson works his way inside, no good off the backboard, and they'll call it a shot clock violation. Else now. It is St. Francis ball. I'm not criticizing, I'm legitimately curious. Sean Richardson walks it off towards the sideline, passes to Joachim, around a screen. Joachim, pass deflected, but Aitor keeps it alive for the Saints. Joachim to Davis. Davis drives on Slewinski, gets in close, layup is good. Ramel Davis has made some big plays these last few minutes. He pulls the Saints to within 2, 52-50, 7.5 minutes to play. Mytunic gives it to Slewinski at the three-point line. Backed up to Jean-Luc Wilson. Mytunic, deep three with Nigo in his face, rims out. Quindarius Davis comes flying in for the rebound and draws the foul. Nobody boxed out Quindarius Davis, and he gets himself to the free throw line in grabbing that rebound. Foul is called on Ramel Davis, on Quindarius Davis. And Davis will get an opportunity for one and maybe one more. Davis 53% from the line, so it is a big maybe. And he makes it. So that does give him a second shot. 53-50 our score. 7:13 to play. Six points for Quindarius Davis. There's number 7. Sean Richardson walks it across half court. Offensive rebounds are playing a big part in Calumet winning this second half so far. 2 more second chance points right there as Nick Nigo misses the 3. Arte tried to keep that one alive with an offensive rebound, but it's deflected over to Calumet. Off the hands of Hankins. The ball finds Jean-Luc Wilson at the top of the key. He misses the 3. Ball poked around and Davis grabs the rebound. It's Ramel Davis for St. Francis. Joachim in the corner, lobs down low. Arte works underneath the basket, knocked out of his hands and out of bounds. It'll stay here.
Out of bounds, it stays on the Saints.
Frenetic pace the last few minutes. This inbounds play will give the game a chance to breathe a little bit and give the Saints a chance to set up their offense. 20 to shoot. Richardson trying to find an opening. He can't, so he calls timeout. Richardson inbounds from the baseline. He's got Nigo, Joachim, Arte, and Davis on the floor with him. Inbounded to Nick Nigo, and the Saints pull it outside. Ramel Davis jabs right, drives left on Jared Hankins, and draws the foul. Good drive by Davis. Davis, the senior from Miramar, Florida, was one of 6 seniors honored before the game today. 4 of them started. The only 2 who didn't are a couple of guys who haven't played this season. As Davis misses the first free throw. Gabe Amicon has been a student assistant for much of the season, suited up for today. And then Jalen Renault, who's been injured all year, was also honored, but he has not been able to play this season. The officials are talking something over. I think they're looking at a lane violation. No call has been made, just a good conversation, and now they have made the call. Lane violation, I believe, on Jared Hankins. So Davis missed the first free throw, but he'll get 2 more attempts. And a good job making up for the first miss, which will not go on his stat ledger. 54-51. Davis has 14, looking to match Aitor Anabadarte's team high 15 with this free throw. Got them both, officially. 54-52, tight one, coming down to the final 6 minutes. Jean-Luc Wilson bounces to Hankins. Hankins free in the post, gets the foul call. Anabadarte doesn't like the call. Hankins looked like he was trying hard to draw the contact there. And it paid off in the sense that it got him to the free throw line, but I think he probably could easily have avoided Anabadarte there and just had an open layup. Instead, he leaned into the defender away from the basket. And if he makes both free throws, it will all be for a good cause, but if not, it'll be a missed opportunity for him. He does make the first. 10 points for Hankins. Hasn't played big minutes tonight. Those 10 points have come in just 13 minutes off the bench. Hankins averages about 10.5 points per game, but a lot of that came earlier in the season. He hasn't been quite as active in conference play. Back to a 4-point game. Richardson gives it to Joachim. Around a screen, Don Joachim tries to get it off to Ramel Davis, but he throws it away. Majtunic on the other end lays it up and in. Off the steal. Calumet takes a 6-point lead. Quick 4 in a row for the Crimson Wave, and now the Saints need a bucket. Anabadarte holds it on the outside, looks around and finds Ramel Davis, 12 to shoot. Davis crosses over on Slowinski, pulls up in the paint, doesn't get the roll. Rebound loose and secured by Hankins. Ahead for Majtunic. Majtunic's pass deflected by Anabadarte and out of bounds. It'll stay with Calumet, 25 on the shot clock. Joffrey Nunnally comes in for Don Joachim. Majtunic lobs it into Hankins right around half court. Wilson guarded tightly by Nunnally. Drives to the right. Wilson all the way to the rim with the layup. Beautiful drive from Jean-Luc Wilson. Put it on the floor back near half court and got all the way to the basket. Sean Richardson finds the shooter in the corner. Nigo drains the three. 10 points for Nick Nigo. Saints badly needed those points. And now they trail by just 5 with under 5 minutes to play. Deflected by Nunnally, chased down by Majtunic. No turnover from Calumet. They keep the possession going. 11 to shoot for Hankins. Majtunic gets the screen, pulls up, passes to Slowinski. Shot clock's at 3. Majtunic has to throw one up, off balance, off the backboard, no good. Saints force the stop. Now trying to convert on the other end. It's Davis keeping the dribble alive all the way in, missed the layup. Second chance is good. Impressive. Ramel Davis kept the dribble going. It looked like he was going to trip and fall, and somehow he didn't turn it over. And even though he missed his first attempt, he kept the possession going and gets the Saints to within 3 points. Timeout called by Calumet, 3:59 on the clock. Back to tie St. Francis in the standings. Big game today for the Fighting Saints. They trailed most of the second half after leading most of the first half. Calumet ball out of the timeout. They're able to get it into Scott Gowan. Ben Fat's back in for the Saints. Gowan fires a 3 and hits it. Gowan makes it a 6-point game on his third made three-pointer of the game. Big bucket. Anabadarte looking to answer for 2. No good on the jumper. And Calumet firmly in the driver's seat now. 3.5 minutes to play. They've got a 6-point edge. Gowan stripped by Fats, but he gets it right back. puts it on the floor, spins inside around Nigo, misses at the rim. St. Francis needs some points here. Sean Richardson finds Joffrey Nunnally. Richardson from the top, bounces to the cutting Nick Nigo, another layup for Nigo. Nick Nigo's having a big game tonight. He has stepped up in some key moments, 12 points, 63-59 our score. Gowan lobs it down low, and it's knocked away by Ben Fats. Here come the Saints off the turnover. Richardson is fouled. Not quite able to convert at the basket. He would have had a chance to make it a three-point play, but he will get a free opportunity to make it a two-point play. Gowan called for the foul from behind. Saints now in the double bonus, so they'll get a pair of free throws on all remaining fouls. Sean Richardson is the man shooting the free throws. Richardson has only been to the free throw line 12 times this year. He's made 9 of them. A big one right there. Saints have scored on 2 straight possessions with a takeaway in between. This would make it 4 straight points. (63-61). First half of this game featured 7 ties, 9 lead changes. Second half has been pretty much Calumet in control the whole way. We were tied at halftime. Crimson Wave have led by as many as 8 since then. Down to 2. Drive, the pass underneath, knocked away, and it's picked up by Anabarate. Sloppy pass from Majtunic, trying to get fancy in a moment where Calumet just needed to not make a mistake. Richardson gives it to Nunnally. Back to Sean Richardson. Saints can tie or take the lead here, neither of which they've had in a long time. Under 2 minutes to play. Nigo down low to Anabarate, working one-on-one with Slowinski. Shot clock running down. Anabarate turns around and ties the score. With 1 on the clock, he makes it 63 all. 17 for Anabarate, showing off the post moves. Final minute and a half coming up. Anybody's ball game here. Hervoye Majtunic outside, passes to his right. Jean-Luc Wilson. Wilson fires a 3. It's an air ball and out of bounds. Calumet has looked good for most of the second half. They have had some bad possessions down the stretch, and that was a really bad one. With 8 seconds still on the shot clock, Wilson took an off-balance contested three-pointer off the dribble and missed it badly. And now St. Francis has a chance to take the lead. Nunnally to Nigo. Over to Richardson. Bounce down low. Anabarate one-on-one with Slowinski again. This time he spins around him, blocked out of bounds, but a foul called on Caleb Slowinski. And Anabarate can give the Saints the lead from the free throw line. .60 seconds to play. And St. Francis is trying to take their first lead in about 15 minutes of game time. First one misses. 38-36 was the last time they were ahead. Anabarate 17 points, 8 rebounds today. But he's been uncharacteristically inconsistent from the free throw line, just 3 for 6. One more chance, though, to put St. Francis on top. Calumet's gone cold offensively down the stretch. So even a 1-point lead would be big. They've got that 1-point lead now. And Calumet's trying to shake off the cobwebs. They have been slow offensively the last few minutes. It's been almost 3 minutes since they've scored. Saints need a stop. It's Gowan. Gowan crosses over, drives, gets inside, blocked by Anabadarte. Gowan gets it back and lays it in. Great job by Scott Gowan sticking with it after he was initially blocked. Calumet by 1, and a timeout called by St. Francis with 40.9. They've had a great year, 21-4 record. But those 21 wins haven't come easy. Some of them have, like that Olivet game I just mentioned, but most of them have been close. Joffrey Nunnally fires to Nigo in the corner. Three-pointer is good from Mick Nigo. Saints lead by 2, and Nigo comes up huge one more time. He's got 15 points. Less than a second separates the shot and game clocks. And a timeout called by Jason Hawkins. 10 seconds. Wilson inbounds to Slowinski. Slowinski working against Ben Fatz. Turnaround in the post. Tough shot. No good. The tip from Wilson misses. Gowan, third chance, lays it in, and we're tied at 67. 7 seconds to go. Saints don't call timeout. They run with it. Richardson drives. Richardson out to Nunnally, knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Saints with 0.4 of a second left. We'll get one more chance to inbound it here from the backcourt. And this time they send it to the backcourt. Gowan fires a three-quarter court three. I think he got it off on time, but it's well short of the basket. Everybody's in position. We're ready to start overtime. Aitor Anabadarte leading both teams with 18 points. Colby Wiggins leads Calumet with 14, although we have not seen him much in a while. He's on the floor to start overtime. He's got the ball in his hands right now. Off to Gowan. Gowan had some huge shots down the stretch, including the tying bucket with 7 seconds left. Slowinski off the rim, no good. Anabadarte soars for the rebound. So the Saints get a stop on the opening possession of OT. Sean Richardson, Nick Nigo, both off the bench, playing big minutes down the stretch for St. Francis. This is Richardson, walking to the right, firing back to the left side. Anabadarte guarded by Slowinski. Working his way down low, turnaround, good. Aitor Anabadarte, 20 points. St. Francis back in front. Jean-Luc Wilson bounces over to Slowinski. Slowinski puts it on the floor, kicks it outside to Wiggins. Wiggins steps outside, 11 to shoot. Guarded by Richardson. Wiggins drives, pull up, jumper, good, we're tied. So each team has one bucket here in overtime. Nigo lobs it for Davis. Davis kicks it out to Sean Richardson. Open three, air ball. Anabadarte grabs the rebound. Worked out pretty well for Richardson after all, just like an assist. Richardson, not much of an outside shooter, but he was wide open, decided to take the chance. Didn't work the way he planned, but he's happy with the outcome. Anabadarte has all 4 of St. Francis's points in overtime. Wilson drives around Richardson, gets to the rim, and draws the foul. .252 to play. St. Francis 71, Calumet College of St. Joseph 69. 3 fouls on Aitor Anabadarte. Ben Fatz and Joffrey Nunnally each have 3 as well. Foul trouble for Calumet. Guy to watch out for is Scott Gowan. He's got 4. The first free throw is good for Wilson. Calumet 12 of 13 as a team from the free throw line today. Team that shoots under 70% for the season, they have stepped it up in this one. Wilson makes them both. We are tied yet again. Anna Bedarte hands it off to Sean Richardson, and Richardson beats the 10-second clock across half court. Nunnally coming around the screen, bounces down low. Ramel Davis inside, bounces it in. Ramel Davis has 19 points. 73-71, more than halfway through the overtime period. Gowan steps back, a long two for the tie, got it to go. Scott Gowan was relatively quiet for most of this game, but he has made play after play down the stretch. 15 points now to tie the score at 73. Nick Migo finds Ramel Davis. Davis spins into the paint, blocked from behind by Slowinski. It'll stay with the Saints, 11 on the shot clock. St. Francis has not trailed in the overtime period. Bounced in for Davis, and he's fouled by Gowan. That's number 5. Ramel Davis can give St. Francis the lead from the free throw line. And Gowan, who's been the Crimson Wave's biggest playmaker down the stretch, is done for the day. So that brings Quindarius Davis back in. Davis can put the Saints back on top. He does with the first one. One more shot coming. Ben Fatz and Don Joachim getting set to come in on defense for St. Francis if Davis makes this free throw. Got them both, 75-73. Again, the Saints have not trailed in overtime. They've not led by more than 2, though. Every time they've scored, Calumet has come back and responded. Scott Gowan with 15 points is now off the court. Hankins is back in. Hankins has had a big offensive game for the Wave as well. Three-pointer from the corner, rims out. A big miss on a good look from Hervoye Maitunic. And now St. Francis can take a 2-score lead coming down to the final minute. Sean Richardson with the left hand puts it on the floor, passes off to Don Joachim. Hand off to Anna Bedarte, 5 on the shot clock. Anna Bedarte drives, lays it in, and gives the Saints a 4-point edge. Under a minute to play. Calumet needs some points here. Biggest lead for St. Francis since it was 38-34. Wiggins steps back behind the 3-point line. Kicks it to Maitunic. Down to the corner, it's Hankins. Hankins spins, shoots, misses. Offensive rebound, Slowinski. Second chance, got it. And we've got a 2-point game with 39 seconds on the clock. Timeout Calumet. If they get a stop, St. Francis runs down the whole shot clock. Calumet would get the ball back with plenty of time. But if they don't foul, they run the risk of getting the ball back down by 2 scores. First things first, they're trying to force a 10-second call. They can't do it. Saints get it across half court, and there's the foul immediately on the other side of the timeline. So that was the play from Jason Hawkins. Try to get the steal in the backcourt, try to force a 10-second call. And if the Saints get it across half court, foul immediately. 27.9 to go. Sean Richardson at the line. He's hit both of his free throws so far today. 5 points in the game for him. (11 of 14 from the line this year. He makes that one, 78-75. His second shot is huge. It would make it a 2-possession lead for St. Francis. Joachim back in for defense for the Saints. Richardson's free throw misses. Still a one-score game, 78-75. Calumet's top three-point shooter is on the bench, fouled out. Intercepted by Arte, but he runs into the back of his teammate. Colby Wiggins for three, off the rim, no good. Rebound tipped around, Arte grabs it, and he's fouled. Aitor Arte came up with an apparent steal, but Don Joachim was right in front of him as he pulled that ball down, and Arte ended up running right into Joachim's back, losing the ball right back to Calumet. And that set up another chance for the Crimson Wave. Wiggins got an okay look at it, but he misses the three. And Arte can put it away from the free throw line. First shot misses. Free throw shooting has been an advantage for Calumet today. Saints are actually +7 in points on free throws, but they've shot it at a much lower percentage. They've missed 6 of them. Calumet's only missed 1. They're 13 of 14. Arte makes the important one. He had to make one to make it a 2-possession game. Wilson for three, no good, and that should do it as Slowinski lays it in to make it a 2-point game, but that's not enough as St. Francis comes away with a 79-77 victory in a hard-fought game today at the Sullivan Center. Scott Gowan had 15. J. Caleb Slowinski had 6 points, 12 rebounds. For St. Francis, Aitor Arte carried the day once again. 25 points, 11 rebounds, an awfully impressive double-double for Arte, who went 10 of 13 from the field. Ramel Davis stepped up in regulation and in overtime, 21